And one of the most interesting questions I get is how to score high in English. Well, that's a very interesting question, and yes, I do have answer. Hello, my name is Rajiv Niroula and I have been teaching English for more than 10 years, and one of the most interesting questions I get is how to score high in English. Well, that's a very interesting question, and yes, I do have answer. So you can score high if you do better in grammar, and in class 12 you have a book named Meanings into Words, and you need to do better. So today I am present in front of you with some important questions from Meanings into Words. So before you begin, I would like to ask you to stay with a ball pen and a copy so that you can understand this session in a better way. So let's begin. So you have 15 units. Out of 15 units today, we are going to learn some of the important questions from appearance, that is from unit 2, deduction and explanation, which is from unit 7, in a similar way, event in sequence, which is from unit 11, and news, this news is in unit 15, and prediction, which is from unit 14. So I'm so sure you are ready. Let's begin this session. So first, unit 7, deduction and explanation. My dear students, first and foremost things you need to know whenever you are doing English is the direction. What direction is asked? Look at over here. Most of the time this question is asked. Change these sentences using must, can't, might, or may. So how you are going to do? I will tell you. First thing you need to know is that how the sentence begins. First thing you need to know is that how the sentence begins. Sentence may begin with I am sure. I am sure. Sentence may begin with I am sure, and sentence may begin with perhaps. Sentence may begin with I am sure, or sentence may begin with perhaps. If the sentence begins with I am sure, you are going to supply must or can't depending upon what is followed by I am sure. What is followed by I am sure? I am sure can be followed by positive structure, positive sentence, or negative sentence. If I am sure is followed by positive sentence, you are going to write must. You are going to write must. If I am sure, this phrase followed by negative sentence, then you must write can't. First things you understood. Similarly, if sentence begins with perhaps and followed by positive structure or positive sentence, you are going to write may. You can also write might. Only one. Please do write only one. Okay, only one. Don't write both. But if it is negative, then you are going to write may not or might not. Might not. You need to know this thing. Is it clear to you? So you need to look at the sentence and how the sentence begins. Look at over here. Here, sentence begins with perhaps. Here, sentence begins with perhaps. And in next, sentence begins with I am sure. So after perhaps, you can see a sentence. The sentence is positive or negative? Tell me. Definitely, the sentence is positive one. So if it is positive, you are going to write may. And look at over here, he is not French. So it is positive or negative? Negative. If it is negative, then definitely a sentence begins with I am sure. So you are going to write can't. Is it clear to you? Good. Now, second thing you must keep in your mind. First things we understood, right? First things we understand how sentence begin. Now, let me tell you this. After that, you need to look at the question. You need to look at the question. You need to look at the question. Look at the question. There may be the presence of verb 1 or verb 5. If there is the presence of verb 1 or verb 5, you are going to supply verb 1. Is it clear to you? Okay. If there is the presence of is, am, are, you are going to supply be. In the similar way, if there is the presence of was, were in question, in answer you are going to write have been. Is it clear to you? If there is the presence of has or have, you are not going to write anything else. Simply write have. These two things you need to know. I'm sure you understood now. Now we can apply this non-formula into the practice. Are you ready? Let's begin. So look at the question. Okay, look at the question. Perhaps he is going to ask me. Don't write this perhaps, I am sure. You are not going to begin it. After that, you can see, after perhaps, you can see easily whether the sentence is positive or not. Perhaps is asked. So if perhaps is there, we have two options, either may or may not. If there is I am sure, you have two options, either must or can't. Now look at over here. You can easily understand in this way. Now after perhaps, if sentence begins with perhaps, we have two options, either may or may not. This may or may not depends upon the sentence, okay, which is positive or negative one. What sentence is it? It is positive sentence. So what we are going to do, we don't write this one. Simply we write he. After that, as here is perhaps, we write may. Now each changes into be. Now copy everything. Copy rest of the things. He may be going to ask me. He may be going to ask me. He is going to ask me turns into he may be going to ask me. Is it clear to you? We can easily write that answer even in question. We can easily write this thing in questions. We can write it. I ask you to write it here. Perhaps is here, so that's why we are going to write may or may not. Is changes into be. Now read, he may be going to ask me. He may be going to ask me. Similarly, look at here, second structure. I am sure. If I'm sure is there, you are going to write must or can't. If it is positive, must. If it is negative, can't. So it is, what sentence is it? Is it positive or negative one? Definitely it is negative. So if it is negative, that we are going to write can't. How we are going to write? We don't write this. He can't. And this each changes into be. He can't be French. So answer will be he can't be French. Capital F-R-E-N-C-H, French. Easier? It's so easier one, right? In a similar way, I am sure they stole the money. Stealing is bad act, but positive sentence. So positive must. Have plus verb 3. If there is the presence of is, am, are, you're going to write be. If there is was, where, you're going to write have been. And if there is the presence of has, have, then you are going to write only have. So look at here. I'm sure you don't write. As I'm sure is there, you are going to go with must or can't. And here you can see she was not at work. So what changes into? Have been. So you can easily write here have been, but it is a negative word. That's why you can write here can't. So answer is she can't have been at work. She can't have been been at work. Okay, perhaps he went home. This is verb 2 again. Verb 2 means have plus verb 3. This is positive sentence. So what we write? He, as there is the perhaps, so we write here may. He may, when changes into verb 2 changes into, okay, have plus verb 3. What is the verb 3 of went? That is gone home. Very interesting. Perhaps is not coming. Perhaps she is not coming. Perhaps is not coming. It changes into be, and it is perhaps, so may not. May not, we write it. How we write? She may not. It changes into be coming. Is the answer. Similarly, I'm sure they were not camping. I'm sure they were not camping. How we are going to write? I'm sure is there, and after that there is negative sentence, so we write they. It is a negative sentence, so we are going to write can't. Okay, word changes into have been. They can't have been camping. Camping. Okay, let me erase it. And let me select the pen. Camping. Is it clear to everybody? So this is very easier one where you are going to know how does this sentence begin. Sentence. How does this sentence begin? Sentence may begin with I am sure. Sentence may begin with I am sure or perhaps. If sentence begins with I am sure and followed by positive sentence, you are going to supply must. But if sentence is followed by negative sentence, if I'm sure is followed by negative sentence, you are going to write can't. In the similar way, if sentence begins with perhaps and followed by positive structure, you are going to supply may. But if the sentence begins with perhaps and followed by negative sentence, then you are going to write may not or might not. In between, you are going to look at the look at such word, watch, verb. Okay, such things you are going to write. If in question there is verb 1 or verb 5, there can be verb 1 or verb 5, or there can be verb 2. There can be is, am, are. Can be watch, where. Can be has or had. They go into a transformation, and what kinds of transformation they go through, I have already told you. So if you understand, then you can easily answer these questions, deduction and explanation. And if you are asked these questions, I'm so sure you can easily do it. Okay. Now we will go to another chapters, that is unit 11. Now, my dear students, this unit 11 is very, very important, even from the point of view of CMAT. Even from the point of view of CMAT. Now, question comes, what is CMAT? Let me tell you. After your class 12, if you want to study a semester system like BVA, BHM, BIM, through in Tribhuvan University affiliated colleges, then you must take this entrance, Central Management Admission Test. So even in CMAT, there is a portion of English, and this is very, very important from that point also. So you are going to learn this thing not only from the point of view of examinations, but even for future reference. So let me tell you, sometime a question asks, change the following sentence using when. So you need to know that when can take two different structure, that is past perfect followed by simple past, and this when can be followed by simple past and another also simple past. Look at over here, events in sequence in a sentence. In a sentence you are given two events. So you are going to look at those events occur almost at the same time, okay, let me tell you, as a reaction or simultaneously you are going to use this structure when plus simple past plus simple past. But if two events occur one after another, two events occur one after another, and if there is a gap in between, if they don't occur as a reaction, so you are going to write this structure: when plus past perfect plus simple past. I'll make you understand with this thing. Look at over here. She peeled the banana and gave it to the baby. How many events are there? There are two events. Her act of, okay, so two events are there. In this similar way, such questions are there. Look, each and everywhere you can find two events. I looked at the fridge. I found some, okay. I found some sauces. Here, I paid my bill. I left the restaurant. So here you can find the event in sequences. Two different events you can find. He kicked the dog and it barked. So you can see what I'm trying to tell you is that you can see two different sentences which we call event connected by and or immediately like that, but also connected. So if such questions are asked, so you are going to look at here. If events occur one after another and if there is a gap in between, then you are going to write past perfect followed by simple present. First, in that two different events, which event occur first? You are going to write that things in past perfect, and second one into simple past. Is it clear to you? Now let's begin it. Check it out. She peeled the banana and gave it to her baby, and you will be asked questions in that way. Rewrite the following sentences using when instead of and or but. So you are not going to write this and, you are going to write one using when. So sentence should begins with when. So look at over here in this structure. Sentence begins with when. So do you think she peels the banana and give it to her baby instantly? See here, she is peeling the banana and there is a baby who is eating? No, there is a gap. So first, what does she do? She peeled the banana. So we are going to change this structure into past perfect. Past perfect. So how you are going to write the past perfect? Structure of past perfect is subject plus had plus verb 3. Right? And what is the structure of simple past? Subject plus verb 2 plus object. So in this two, we can find that this event occurred first. That's what we can write here. When she had held the banana, okay, C, look at here now, copy this thing, C gave it to the baby. Is it clear, everybody? But look at over here. Look at over here in question number 2. There is a phrase, and you looked at the phrase. The moment when you look at the phrase, you will definitely see some sauces, right? It occurs one after another. You don't need, your phrase is not that large, my dear students, okay? However large, but it's not that large where you need to search here and there. Immediately you will see. So this is immediate action, okay? These two events occur simultaneously. So what you are going to write? You are going to write when I looked, the fridge. Okay, question is typed wrong. When I looked the fridge, I found some sausage. So check, there are some typing mistake. Here is also not same, it is some. So you can look at this thing in your book also. So what I'm trying to tell you is that let's make it even more easier. First, you are going to write here when. Begin the sentence with when. Now what you can do over here is, as these two actions do not occur at the same time, but okay, one after another. So you can write here had. When she had peeled the banana, she gave it to the baby. That's very easy one. In a similar way, look at over here. Look at over here. When I think I should change the ink so that it will be easier for you. Okay. When I looked the fridge, I found some sauces, because it occurs at the same time. Now look at here. You are in restaurant. You are in a restaurant. I don't know what you have eaten, but certainly you have taken something. I paid my bill and left the restaurant. Look at over here. Here you pay the bill and here you go. Do you do so? No, you don't do so. So in such situations, okay, first what you did, you paid the bill, right? So what you are going to write? When I had paid my bill, I left the restaurant. Similarly, you were going home, you saw a dog sleeping, frustrated because of your life. I guess some frustration is there. You kick the dog. And when you reach at home, then the dog might be thinking, do you think that the dog would think that one of the mad person came and kicked without punish, without any mistake? Then it would bark, or instantly it barks. It barks instantly. So two actions occur almost at the same time. So how you are going to write? When he kicked the dog, it barked. Answer is done. Simple past plus simple past. In the similar fashion, check out this question number 5. The plane took off and the stewardess came around with orange juice. The plane is going, oh, and the moment when it goes, then does it come instantly? No, it takes time, right? Those persons who have traveled nowadays, I don't know how you are traveling, because if everything is halted. So you know there is a gap. So first, what happens when the plane had taken off, the stewardess came around with some orange juice. This is the answer. In a similar fashion, look at this word. Look at, you can easily do it. We can do it. I read his autobiography and discovered what a strange person he had been. So whenever you are reading somebody's life, then according to the relation, there comes the reaction. So it occurs, these two events occurs almost at the same time. You must have read some of the novel, my dear students. Whenever you are reading some of the novels, then what we can think is, along with the flow of the plot, your reaction changes. So it occurs simultaneously. So it occurs simultaneously, we are going to write simple past plus simple past. So look, when I read his autobiography, I discovered what a strange person he had been. This is the right answer. In a similar way, I drank the coffee and asked for another cup. Suppose you are again in some of the cafe and there was a cup, right? And what to say? Okay, you completed a cup of coffee and instantly you are saying, okay, I want another. So do you think that instantly you will be served? Here you done with your coffee and there comes another. No, that takes time. So first what happened? You had drunk the coffee. So here you write, when he had drunk the coffee, he asked for another cup. Look at it in the same way. Okay, we have done this one, right? It is also mistakenly printed, print mistake is there. Look at it in question number 9. He put his foot on the brake, but nothing happens. Two actions occur simultaneously or not? Yeah, brake is something that you apply and instantly it should stop your vehicle. So it occurs simultaneously. That's why we write, when he put his foot on the brake, okay, nothing happened. So easier. I'm trying to teach you everything in as simple way as possible. Similarly, question number 10, check it out. I read the letter and threw it into the waste paper basket. So you read it and you throw it. You have done two things: an act of reading that paper, and after that throwing it into the dustbin. First, what you did? Reading, and after that throwing. You did it simultaneously, or reading, throwing, or reading, throwing? No. So there is a gap. So first, what you are going to write is when I had read the letter I threw it into the waste paper basket. Okay, so this is also easier. Likewise, you will be also asked another question that change the following sentence using as soon as. Structure is same, students. See, sentence begins with as soon as. Sentence begins with as soon as, and it can followed by, okay, had plus verb 3, or simple past means second sentence can be, okay, subject plus verb 2 plus object. So it occurs if two of the event occur one after another, one after another. Here, simultaneously, or as a reaction. If two of the events occur as a reaction, then you are going to supply simple past plus simple past. Is it clear? Okay. So let me tell you one thing. Usually, this as a reaction occur because of the presence of sense verb. Okay, let me write it here again. So reaction, instant reaction is derived from the sense verb. And you know what this sense verb means. Okay, if you don't know, no problem, I will tell you. How many sense organ do you have? 5. Eye is to see, ear is to hear, nose is to smell, your tongue is to taste, and skin is to feel. So these are the sense verb or sense organ which transmit the message instantly. So if there is the presence of see, hear, see, hear, taste. So likewise, feel and touch. Touch and feel is same thing. Okay, smell. Touch and feel is same thing. Smell. Then you are going to write this structure. This is a very important one. Okay, check it out. I heard your voice and recognized you. I heard your voice and recognized you. Look at over here in that instruction you are asked, change these sentences using as soon as plus past simple or as soon as plus past perfect. So as I have already told you, here is the presence of sense verb also, so it occurs simultaneously. Suppose your name is Sanjeev. And if I called, hello Sanjeev, then if your name is Sanjeev, you will say, yes sir, or yes bro, or whatever, instantly, right? So it occurs instantly. That's why we write here as soon as I heard your voice. Okay, typing mistakes are there, I'm sorry. As soon as I heard your voice, I recognized you. As soon as I heard your voice, that is past simple, I recognized you. Now look at another structure. I wrote the letter and posted it straight away. You have written a letter. I don't know whom you are writing a letter, but you have written a letter. And when you have written a letter, then you need to post. Do you post it? Here you are writing and instantly you will post it? No, it takes time. So when it takes time, then we are going to write past perfect. So as soon as I had written the letter, wrote on centuriator, I had written the letters, I posted it straight away. Likewise, this is a very interesting one. They saw the house and immediately fell in love with it. These two actions occur simultaneously. Oh wow, what a wonderful house. The moment when you see, you happen to say. Moreover, here the presence of sense verb also. Sense verb also, so it will be easier for us. So if there is the presence of sense verb, then we are going to supply simple past plus simple past. How you are going to write? As soon as they saw the house, as soon as they saw the house, they fell in love with it. Okay? Similarly, okay, I just want you all to do one work for me. Okay, so pause this video. Pause this video. Have you paused? Now. Okay, keep on writing 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 answer. Hope you have paused it. And now let me say. See, he got his exam result and immediately rang off his parents. You too also, okay, get the examination result. The moment when you get it, then do you say, hello dad, hello mom, okay, I got A plus, or I didn't do good, very good this time, I'm sorry. Do you say? Yeah, you say, but immediately here is your max, and you dial your number to your parents and give a call. Oh, it takes time. So first, what happens? As soon as he had got his exam result, he rang up his parents. Now look at over here. 6. He got married again. That means earlier also he had a wife. Immediately after his wife's death. So first action. So here his wife is saying goodbye, and there he is saying, okay, to another girl or woman, let's go in honeymoon. No, doesn't. First, what happened? His wife died. So this is first action over here. So how you are going to write here is as soon as his wife had died, he got married again. You don't write all this thing. As soon as his wife died, he got married again. Okay. In this similar way, he left this house straight after breakfast. Two actions are there, but they do not occur simultaneously. There is a gap. So what happens over here? As soon as, okay, ASA means as soon as he had left, no. First he had, I'm sorry. Let me drop this one. Okay, let me erase all. So look at over here. So two actions are there. One, first an act of eating, and another an act of leaving. First, what did he do? First, he left the house. So how we are going to write? Okay, as soon as he had his breakfast, as soon as he had his breakfast, he left the house. Now copy this one. He left the house. So you may be thinking, sir, why had? Because this turns into, okay, had plus verb 3. This is the verb 3 of having. I have my breakfast. He had his breakfast. He had his breakfast is past tense. He had is past perfect tense. So as soon as he had his breakfast, okay, he left the house. After he left the house. Now look at here. I looked into her eyes. And knew that she has the girl. She is the girl. I'm sorry. It's a mistake again. She is the girl for me. So the moment when you see, you fell in love. Love occurs in first sight. So how you are going to write? Okay, first what happened? As soon as I looked into her eyes, I knew that she is the girl for me. Okay, Over here in question number 8, you can see the television program finished and then I went straight to bed. So 2 actions are there, right? Okay, act of watching television and act of going to bed. So first, what happened? The television program had finished. So here we write, as soon as the television program had finished, I went straight to bed. I went straight to bed. So you can apply this way in order to answer events in sequence. Okay, so this is again interesting one, and you know what? These questions have also been asked in CMAT. That means even for preparatory examination, even for preparatory examinations like CMAT, you are going to learn such structure. So what is CMAT and what you require, we will talk about it in days to come. First, let me say something. You will be asked a question that write the following sentences using had only just and no sooner had. Had only just and no sooner had. So to structure you need to write. So you need to know the structure first. You need to know the structure, and let me write the structure. Okay, 2 events are given. 2 events are given. Look, here are 2 events. The Wilkins went to bed and Mrs. Wilkinson heard strange noise. 2 acts. The act of going to bed and the event of hearing some strange noise. So what does it happen? It talks about the immediate actions, one after another. Okay, just immediately what happened. So we are going to use such a structure over here. So structure is there. Suppose, let me write a questions. My grandfather. Let me select another ball pen. Okay, my grandfather retired and he had a heart attack. So such questions are asked in your examination and asked you to rewrite the sentence using had only just or no sooner had. So how you are going to write? You are going to write this structure. First you are going to write here subject. What is the subject over here? This action. My grandfather. My grandfather. After that, what is there? Had only just. Copy this thing. My grandfather had only just. After that, you are going to supply here the third form of verb. What is the third form of verb over here? Retired, just, retired, T-I-R-E-D, retired. And after that, you are simply going to use this structure when, and when you write when, copy the second event. Copy the second event. And what is the second event? The second event is he had a heart attack. When he had a heart attack. Look, my grandfather had only just retired when he had a heart attack. So the moment when he was retired, he got the heart attack. That means, okay. So this is the structure: subject plus had only just plus verb 3, and you know had only just always follow with when, and no sooner. No sooner. How we are going to write about that no sooner? This is structure A. This structure B. Begin with no sooner had. No sooner had. After writing no sooner had, write here subject. So what is the subject? My grandfather. No sooner had my grandfather. Okay, my grandfather. After subject, you are going to supply here verb 3. What is the verb 3 over here? Okay, retired. After that, you are going to write then. Then after writing then, be happy because you are going to write copy the second event. And what is the second event? He had a heart attack. He had a heart attack. Is it clear to you, everybody? So you need to remember this structure. Subject plus had only just plus verb 3. Subject plus had only just plus verb 3 when. Okay, so let me show you over here. So whenever such questions are asked, you need to know first structure, you need to know this structure. The first structure is subject plus had only just plus verb 3. Had only just plus verb 3. Can you see that? Okay, let me rub it again. Okay, let me write down here the structure. Subject plus had only just plus verb 3. Now along with had only just, you are going to write when. Don't write in that way, but I'm telling you when. After that, second event. Okay, second event. Look at here. What is the second event? This is the second event. What is the second event? The hijacker walked into the cabin. What is the second event over here? Some friends turned up. So we can write this structure in that way. Subject. What is the subject? Okay, the weekends, subject is done. Now copy these things. Had only just. After that, you are going to write the third form of went. What is that? Gone to bed when. Don't forget to write when. Okay, Mrs. Wilkinson heard a strange noise. Copy this structure and paste here. So easier one. You can write it even in sentence. Look at here. Had it structured, there is no problem. The plane had only just taken off. Taken off when actually their hijacker, it is the hijackers walked into the cabin. Okay, hijacker walked into the cabin. Copy it and paste here. So it's easier one. In the similar way, I said down how you write it. Okay, I had only just. What is the third form of sat? That is the same thing. Sat down to watch my favorite program. Okay, had a when some friends turn up. When some friends turn up. So it is easier one. Now in the similar way, if you need to do no sooner, okay, no sooner, what is the structure? No sooner, subject, no sooner the Wilkins, okay, no sooner had was missed, no sooner had the Wilkins gone to bed, and after that T-H-A-N. You need to know T-H-E-N, never write T-H-E-N, it is T-H-N. Then second structure is what? Copy it and paste it here. Okay. Similarly, here no sooner had. What is the subject? The plane. What is the verb third? Took off, change in. No sooner had the plane taken off. T-H-A-N. Then hijacker walked into the cabin. Okay, so in the similar way you can do this structure also, and there is no problem, you can easily do this thing. So now, thank you for watching this video. I will catch you soon in next video. Till that time, it's me Rajiv Niroula saying have a nice time ahead. Bye bye and namaste.